Good evening, students. In today's class, we are going to see about the topic gametogenesis. Do you remember what we saw in the previous classes? In the previous video session, we have seen about the parts of the male reproductive system and the female reproductive system. And we have seen what are all the primary reproductive organs and secondary reproductive organs, and how the secondary reproductive organs are involved in the process of gamete formation and the fusion of the gametes, pregnancy, fetal growth, and the division of the embryo. So all such processes happens due to the presence of secondary reproductive organs, and we saw what are all the structures which is present in the primary and secondary reproductive system. And today we are going to see about the process called gametogenesis. And we all know the gametes will be haploid in nature, that is, it will be having half the number of chromosomes. In human beings, we have 46 chromosomes. Among the 46, only 23 of the selected chromosomes will be present in the gametes. And these gametes are produced through a process called gametogenesis. And when we are naming the production of the sperm as spermatogenesis and the production of egg as oogenesis. Spermatogenesis is a process which results in the production of sperms. Oogenesis is a process which results in the production of egg or ova. And the next one is we'll see about the structure of the sperm. So a single sperm can be called as spermatozoan. It is having a head which is formed by condensation with a nucleus. So this is the head, and this is formed by the condensation with the nucleus, and it has a cap-like structure called acrosome. And the head and acrosome, they'll secrete an enzyme called as hyaluronidase enzyme, and this hyaluronidase enzyme, they help the sperm to enter the ovum by diffusing the outer membrane of the ovum. They'll digest the outer surface of the ovum and may make the sperm to enter into the ovum. That is a function of hyaluronidase enzyme. The head is connected with a short neck, and this neck will be connecting both the head and middle piece. And this middle piece contains centrioles, and this centrioles helps in the movement of the sperms, and also it has mitochondria, and this mitochondria will be producing energy for the movement of tail. So whenever the tail moves, the whole sperm gets moves. This motility, that is movement, is responsible for, it is essential for fertilization to happen. This is regarding the structure of the sperm. And the next thing is we are going to see about the structure of the ovum. So we all know the ovum is spherical in shape, and they will not have any yolk content. They are free of yolk. And this spherical ovum, they have a nucleus and a cytoplasm, and this nucleus and cytoplasm is surrounded by a plasma membrane, and above the plasma membrane we have a zona pellucida membrane. So totally 3 membranes will be present as outer covering in, surrounding the ovum. So the first one, which is covering the ovum plasma membrane, is zona pellucida, and next to the zona pellucida there is a layer called a vitelline membrane, and this above this vitelline membrane we have a corona radiata membrane, which is made up of follicular cells, and this corona radiata is the outer layer which is present in the ovum. Between the zona pellucida, that is first membrane, and the second membrane, vitelline membrane, there is a space between these two. That space can be called as perivitelline space, and this is regarding the structure of the ovum. So we have learnt about the structure of the ovum as well as the structure of the sperm today, and then we will learn about a small topic called puberty. What is puberty? Whenever the reproductive system is functional. So it is immature during the birth. When you are physically growing, the reproductive system becomes functional at a certain stage. So For example, males, they'll attain puberty at the age of 13 to 14, whereas the females attain the puberty at the age of 11 to 13. So generally females attain puberty earlier than the boys, and when this reproductive system becomes functional, there is an increase in the hormone production. There is increase in the sex hormone production, and this sex hormone production is induced by pituitary gonadotrophins secretions. And this pituitary gonadotrophins, like follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone. So pituitary gonadotrophins like luteinizing hormone and the follicle stimulating hormone, they help in the secretion of sex hormones. And the male sex hormone name is testosterone, and there are two female sex hormones, namely progesterone and estrogen. So whenever this testosterone is produced in the male, it makes the male reproductive system functional. Whenever the progesterone and estrogen are produced in the females, then female reproductive system becomes functional. So today we have learned about the process of gametogenesis, how the gametes are formed by the reproductive system through a process called gametogenesis. And there are two more names. Specifically for the production of sperms, it is spermatogenesis, and for the production of ova, it is oogenesis. We learnt about the structure of the sperm, which is having a head, neck, middle piece and a tail, and this head and nucleus is formed by condensation. It is having a cap-like structure. Along with it, enzyme is present which is called hyaluronidase, helps the sperm to enter the ovum. And there is a middle piece which has centrioles and mitochondria. This mitochondria will produce the energy for the movement of the tail, and this movement or motility is essential for fertilization. And when we are learning about the structure of the ovum, we learned that ovum is spherical in shape and it is free of yolk. It is having a nucleus and a cytoplasm which is surrounded by a plasma membrane, and over the plasma membrane we have zona pellucida, and the second layer will be vitelline membrane. Third layer will be corona radiata, which is made up of follicular cells, and there is a space between the vitelline membrane and the zona pellucida, which is nothing but perivitelline space. And the next thing is, we learned the definition for puberty. Whenever the reproduction system becomes functional due to increase in the sex hormone production, then it is called as puberty. Generally boys will attain puberty at 13 to 14 years of age, and the female will attain puberty at 11 to 13 years of age. And this hormone production is induced by the pituitary gonadotrophins like luteinizing hormone and follicular stimulating hormone, which helps in the secretion of sex hormones. So male sex hormone will be the testosterone, and there is a female sex hormone called progesterone and estrogen, which stimulates the reproductive system to become functional. So today this is enough, and I'll post the next video tomorrow. Thank you children. Thanks for your patient watching.